Now, ironically, that's the conservative estimate for this, because the other way of valuing this is a framework that I put together called the world's first triple point asset, in that Bitcoin is the first store of value, mean of exchange, and unit of account all in the one asset. And so if you look at how to frame it from this perspective, it comes up with a much bigger number, which sounds crazy, but it's not about putting out a fantastic number to sort of salivate on.
Sure.
It's about thinking about the process on thinking how to value this. And this is where I'm open to any pushback on the framework for thinking about the valuation that we want to put on this. But if you look at the store of value function, that is, on a global basis, the basic function of store of value reverts to gold. Gold is the king of store of value. It has been since Jesus was a boy. There's roughly $30 trillion of market cap that's dedicated to gold. We're simplifying this because the stock market and the real estate market has been corrupted into a store of value now too. But for this framework, let's just assume it's a $30 trillion store of value in gold. Now, Bitcoin's better because there's absolute digital scarcity, whereas gold has an inflation rate of about 2 to 3%. We've got a money that has absolute digital scarcity, and that is absolutely critical. And most importantly, we've got a store of value that cannot be seized by anyone. This is a huge, huge improvement on what gold is. And we also have one other benefit, which is way better than gold, in that it's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Because it's digital, we can transfer it over the internet. Now, with gold, you can't do that. So Bitcoin is a much better store of value than gold. From mean of exchange perspective, sort of explain that this is a much, much better mean of exchange because you've got censorship resistance, you've got seizure resistance, and most importantly, you're not getting debased on that mean of exchange function whatsoever. The global reserve currency is the US dollar. That accounts for about $100 trillion worth of value now. And I'm saying that Bitcoin can dislodge that market as the preferred mean of exchange. It's not going to happen over the next 10 or 20 years, but over the next 30, 40, 50 years, I'm certain of it. And the final function of money, which I think Bitcoin is going to assume, is the unit of account. And this is where Bitcoin gets really interesting, because if we're using the double entry ledger system for unit of account now, we're going to upgrade our accounting system to Bitcoin. And that market, that total addressable market of unit of account, is somewhere between $1 to $2 quadrillion. Now, explaining all of that and confirming that Bitcoin is a better unit of account than our double entry ledger system, it's a better mean of exchange than the US dollar, and it's a better store of value than gold. What most people look at and think, oh, well, we just add store of value, we add mean of exchange, and we add unit of account, and we come to a total value of around $2.1 quadrillion. And if we divide that by 21 million, that gets us $100 million per coin. Now, to me, in understanding economics, that's not how economics works, because that's okay if you've got 3 different assets for each function of money.